In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka whatever you want to say. And today is another episode of Wellness Wednesday. We need some wellness and some good vibes and some sun shining on today. It's kind of gloomy out there today. You know, the overcast, the rain, and all that good stuff. And as you can hear my voice, it's a couple of things going on why I sound nasal and all that like that. Because I am nasal today. And it's because I had a couple of things going on. But today we're not going to talk about what's going on with me. We're going to talk about that good old mouth health. Or should I say tongue. You know, anybody up for a little cunnilingus? Little, no. Too much? Okay, I got you. Too much, too early. Okay, so I am here today, but I'm not alone. I have my super producer, Molly Mall, in the house. Molly Mall. He's doing 50 million things, of course. And then I got my sister, my girl Friday, but she's here on a Wednesday. My good sister, Michelle Pucciarelli. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. How are you? How you feeling?
I'm
It's a
still
beautiful Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm still a little groggy from yesterday, and now my nose and stuff is stopped up. That's due to the weather. You know, hey, ear, ENT, and eyes, ears, nose, and throat, and eyes, all of that's connected. So when they mess with one thing, sometimes it opens you up for other stuff in other areas. But you know, it is what it is. We roll with the punches and keep it moving, baby. I am sorry. I heard you had a rough spill this morning. You want to tell everybody what happened this morning? OMG.
Well, I mean, it's just one more thing for my book out there. One more thing, and I walked out my front door this morning, and my car went missing. But again, they did locate it. Unfortunately for me, I have a Kia, which word on the street, according to the ticket ticket talk, Kias are easy to steal and take for a joyride. So that is what happened with my vehicle. So now I'm just waiting for, yeah, I know. You know what? Do you remember earlier this week I was bitching and complaining about how much driving I've been doing? And look what God did for me. Look what God did for me.
No, because you kept saying, you kept saying, you know, you always tell you it could be worse. So you was like, oh, it can't get no worse. It's the end of the world. And yeah, it could be worse. Things, you know, so
No, I'm okay.
we gotta.
I'm okay. I got my plate of, I got my snacks here. I got snacks. I got you. I got water. I'm ready. And we're going to talk. What are we talking about today?
The tongue, that dirty, dirty little thing in your mouth.
The dirty tongue. Oh, You'll want to talk about a dirty tongue, Miss Althea McFarland.
The potty mouth. Yeah, I'm glad the words that we say don't have bacteria on it, because I know my mouth would be filthy. They had words on it.
Facts.
Good morning to our brother Hakeem. How are you,
Good
honey?
morning. Good morning.
You had a
Grand
rough
rise.
Grand rising. Thank you. You had a rough morning too.
Well, yeah, you know, I don't sleep well at night. You know, I'm a lion. I'm not a cat. You know, I take naps like cats.
Wow. So that's what I do too, because I have a little breathing disorder and stuff, and because my girls are so big, every time they fully back, I feel like I'm getting much. So I have to sit up, and dealing with the sleep apnea and all that stuff. You just don't sleep well sometimes as you get a little older. So
Yep.
hey, get it what
I
we
was up all last night.
But Michelle Pucciarelli woke up to a missing vehicle this morning. How about that? Yeah. She was
Somebody stole your car?
Yeah.
Out in front of your house?
Out in front of my house, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
They found it. They have it
for
safekeeping. Yeah. They have it for safekeeping, but I'm waiting now because I have a Kia. So they were, like I was telling Reese, the Kias apparently have become easy to steal. So I'm not surprised, I wasn't terribly shocked. I was disappointed, if you will. But somebody took it for a joyride. I think they dinged it up a bit. So I'm just waiting to see what can be done.
They dinged it up. It's one thing. You can't steal the car, but you got to steal the car and tear it up. If you're going to borrow the car, just borrow it and bring it back. They got to go out there, steal it and tear it up. Why y'all got to tear it up?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I don't care if they borrowed it, just bring it back in one piece.
Wow. So
that's crazy.
Some little smart ass, it's smart ass, little smart ass.
It wasn't even. It was like at 5:50 this morning.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to find a way to get home. They was lost.
Where did they find it at? Did they say?
Oh, wait, I can tell you because I have it up here. Oh wait, no, maybe I don't. But it was like up the block because it's not far. It's right up on. It's the tow company. Yeah, it's not far. It's not far. The tow company's right over here in Suitland. So
they found the car up the block.
Car.
That wasn't no damn joyride. Somebody needed to go to the store. That's what that was. Because how you going to steal a car and then go up the block? Wow.
That's basically what they did.
Wow. They took somebody home and then came back around the block, around the way. That's what that was. How I'm going to get home? Don't worry, Carolyn. I'm going to get you home, Carolyn. Come on, Jerome. How you going to get me home? I'm going to steal this car. Then I'm going to come back to somebody in the neighborhood. They had to take their friend home and come back. That's what it was.
It's annoying.
That's what it was. Did you have the lift sign in your car? Did they think they was catching a Lyft or Uber?
Not no more.
I tell you, when it rains, it pours. But that's because something good is coming around the corner. I'm telling you about it. Something good is coming around the corner. I know I got to stay in it tonight and take care of my nasal passage and from the eyes and being opened up. You hear I'm getting congested. I got to do like Hakeem did and steep over that pot to open up my nostrils and get my good elderberry and my remedy going. So I won't be, I got to jump on it quick.
Yeah.
So it'll wipe it out there because, honey, I can't be out here in these streets with all these nasty viruses, bugs, and bacteria. That's why people, you cover your mouth when you cough or you sneeze. I don't need your 50 million particles of your nastiness out in the universe. And then because of procedure, I should have had my butt in the house yesterday from that procedure. It's still a procedure, whether how small, if it's done in the office. I should have just rested a little bit more to build up my immune system, get strong again. But You know, we got to keep it rolling. So today, Hakeem, you ready to talk about that little nasty thing in your mouth?
What?
Today on Wellness Wednesday, we're focusing on this.
Yeah, but why my tongue gotta be nasty?
Exactly out there.
But we
Why
do
is it gotta be nasty?
Everybody show their tongue. What your tongue look like, Michelle?
I'm doing something right now, but you call everybody nasty.
Okay, what yours look like? Is it pink? Is it white? It's not black, is it? A sign of a healthy tongue. It's not red. And look, he cleared it off with water.
What's it gotta be?
A white tongue.
That's all I do.
So it looked like we all got healthy mouth. You know, side of a dry mouth, and your lips, you know, y'all had cotton mouth is a white tongue. Sometimes it's a sign of dehydration. Other times, it's y'all remember as kids, we ain't heard it as adult much, but adults have it. The thrash.
Oh, I remember that.
Thrash, that wasn't nothing but the yeast infection.
Get that too. Kids
That's
get thrash, and it's like, is it hand, mouth, and foot too?
Oh, that's another disorder, a mouth disorder. But this the thrash is when they got they used to say, oh, it's a caked up of milk on your tongue, but it ain't nothing but yeast infection. You know, yeast rising up. And the remedy that they used to have back in the day was when a child would piss and they have the thrash. Sorry, pee, tinkle, void, urinate. Sorry, I used the bad word, p word. When a child would tinkle, they would take the dirty diaper and wipe their tongue with it, and that would help clear up the thrash. So
I ain't tasting my pee.
You a baby, you don't know.
I'm saying I ain't tasting my pee.
No. Look, we might have didn't even know. I don't think I ever had a thrash. I asked my mom, my grandma.
When I was a baby, I was a boss baby. Can't you tell?
Or was you the bully baby? Was you the
one
walking around with crap in your diaper and say, y'all go over there, sit down?
I was the first original boss baby.
What you tell her? Change my diaper. I done pooped again.
Yeah.
Like Pee-wee on Baby Kids.
I point to it. I do just like this and point to it.
You see Baby Kids?
I gotta watch that again now that you brought it up.
He was like Pee-wee. He was the baddest one. The baby had the tone low voice.
What? I love that movie. Let's see. How can we watch it? Oh, we can watch it out there. We can watch it on TV.
So when it comes to certain things, I know what happened when I was a baby because I was a boss baby.
Okay, boss baby.
I was a troublemaker baby. I guess I would be considered the boss. I drove people crazy. I was always getting into something.
No, you're not the boss. You're Harley Quinn. You definitely Harley Quinn.
Well, my nickname when I was a kid was Lightning. Because I was always like, causing problems.
She definitely, Molly know about the comic book characters. You definitely Harley Quinn. Definitely. They did right.
I can see she playing Harley Quinn.
I know what I'm dressing up for Halloween then this year.
Court jester hat on. You want to get her the Joker hat on. The little court jester. And she said, yes, Puddin', and she fucking stuff up as she go along. Yeah, definitely. That's that. Yeah, that's Poochie. That's Poochie. Go back and watch Birds of Prey, that movie. If you haven't seen that, with Harley Quinn.
Okay.
It's called Birds of Prey. It was a Harley Quinn movie. Talk about her character. That was a good movie. I liked it. I liked that. So it was a badass movie. It was a kick-ass movie. And it was funny too. You know, good old Harley Quinn. So I don't know which character I would be if I would be in it, but that's what we got.
Which character?
Harley Quinn's character. That's the Joker's girlfriend.
You're a wordy person. I'd say you'd like being the Riddler. I'd say you'd like giving out riddles to have people figure them out. dropping some bars on people in riddle form.
Okay.
Are we really going with this? These characters. If that's the case, I'm Batman.
Molly Batman. Molly be like, I ain't Batman. You and Molly gonna be saying, Batman, who's Batman? You know who I thought you was? You was the big dude that got the restaurant, the big black dude that he's indestructible. Gosh, what's his name? The Michael Clark Duncan's character.
I don't remember the name.
Which your Pinhead.
Oh, I'm Pinhead.
The big.
So I got. Wait a minute. I gotta be the villain. So this morning,
he was the boss.
But so this morning I woke up.
It was Kingpin.
So this morning. This morning.
His name was Kingpin.
All right. So this morning I woke up tasting my pee. Now I'm a Kingpin bad guy. So that's what you telling me. So that's what you telling me this morning.
Look, you got to look at the backstory. Every bad guy isn't really the bad guy. Kingpin, you got to look at Kingpin's backstory. Hey, he was a boxer. How about that?
So now, because we got similar qualities, that makes me Kingpin, the bad guy. That when he was a little baby, he had to drink his pee.
He was a boxer, and he didn't drink his pee. Kingpin, you gotta watch the backstory of it, you know. But so
I can't be Batman. I can't be Batman. I can't be Superman. I gotta be Kingpin.
Cause that just fits your character, boss baby.
There you go.
The boss. But we're gonna get in. I got a video for y'all about your mouth. We're gonna break it down into little pieces segment because you may learn something. Because I definitely like doing research because I always learn a lot. Check this out.
Pink Hue. When you look at your tongue, have you ever noticed it looking a little off? We've invited a team of oral healthcare professionals to give us a full taste of what's going on if your tongue isn't exactly tickled pink. First, let's break down the anatomy of your tongue. Yes, your tongue has its own anatomy.
Just like your heart, your tongue is always working. Even when you're sleeping, it helps you guys saliva down into your throat. And it plays a key role in everything from speech, teeth, breathing, sucking, and something called mastication, better known as chewing. It also plays a key role at the beginning of the digestive process. It helps you swallow food, moving it into the esophagus and then to the digestive tract. In fact, your tongue extends all the way to about here in your throat. The tongue is also considered an organ. It actually has 8 muscles. We have the extrinsic muscles, which helps you with the tongue position, and then the intrinsic muscles, which helps you to change the shape of the tongue. And this is particularly important during speech, eating, and swallowing.
Now, what about those bumps located on the surface of the tongue? Are those our taste buds?
The bumps in your tongue are actually a tough part of the skin called papillae. These bumps give your tongue a rough texture that it helps you eat. They also contain the temperature sensors, so you know if the coffee is too hot or the ice cream is too cold, as well as your taste buds. To break it down, it goes tongue to papillae, which shields your taste buds, and these taste buds consist of a collection of taste bud cells, and each of them has receptor proteins. And that's basically the ground zero of how we enjoy food and drinks.
Okay, so how exactly do those taste buds detect taste?
When we eat or drink something, it triggers a reaction among the taste receptors. So think of it as a lock and a key. So the receptor will be the lock and the food will be the key. And they have to match, and then boom. So these receptors, they send a signal to the taste bud cell like, hey, we got something here. The taste bud gets triggered to send a signal to the nerve of the tongue. We send the signal to the brain in the gustatory cortex, and the cortex will finish the job by telling you what taste you perceive: salty, sweet, bitter, sour, or savory.
Aha! But what makes someone more or less sensitive to certain tastes?
One big reason is that different people will have different amount of taste buds. You could have all the way from 2,000 to 8,000 taste buds. So people that naturally have less taste buds, they are going to be less sensitive to certain things. And clinically, we designate them as non-tasters. Sorry folks, you can taste, but you might not have the sharpest palate. Next up are the medium tasters. Personally, I consider myself a medium taster. And at the end of the spectrum, we have the super tasters. They're going to have the greatest sensitivity to flavor.
Okay, got it. Now, why do our taste preferences change over time?
It is not uncommon for our sense of taste to change over time, and this could be because of many factors. If you're a smoker or to drink alcohol, for instance, that has been proven to dull or lower your taste sensitivity. But one of the biggest factors is simply your age. As we age, the amount of taste buds might decrease. This usually begins to occur in our 40s if we are female or in our 50s if you are male. At the same time, our remaining taste buds might shrink or have problem functioning. So things that were way too off-putting or intense at your 20s, all of a sudden might be very appealing in your 40s.
Okay, now let's talk tongue color. What can our tongue tell us about our health? Dr. Salama, break this down.
For people at home, when you're doing self-examinations, color is important. Pink would be reflective of a healthy tongue. If you have a red tongue, for instance, that might indicate that you have a vitamin B12 deficiency. A B12 deficiency would be screened by a medical doctor. There's also another condition called geographic tongue or geographic stomatitis. So geographic tongue is a benign condition, but we don't know what causes it. It looks like the silver lining on a cloud, but in the shape of continents in the tongue or mouth. And they can move around, which is why they call it migratory.
Got it. Now, if you notice a white tongue, that could be due to many different reasons, including a dry mouth, which can lead to dehydration. Additionally, white tongue can develop due to bacteria. A buildup of dead skin cells or even very small particles of food can get trapped on your tongue in those papillae, causing them to swell up. So simply maintaining better oral health, which includes cleaning your teeth and your tongue, can help resolve the issue.
I also see plenty of patients with leukoplakia. Leuko is Latin for white. Plakia means plaque. We don't know what causes leukoplakia, but it can be a precursor lesion for oral cancer. There's another condition called oral candidiasis, which is an overgrowth of a type of yeast in your mouth. Usually it's an imbalance between the microbiome or any number of combination of 400 different bacteria and yeast within your oral cavity. It can be a sign of immunosuppression. Most oral candidiasis is treated with antifungal therapy, which can be taken as a mouth rinse or a mouth lozenge, and occasionally requires the use of medication like a pill. Typically, you'd see a resolution of oral candidiasis in 1 to 2 weeks, but in patients who are persistently immunosuppressed, it may take longer or require several cycles of treatment.
Now, Dr. Salama also says there's something called black hairy tongue. Okay, that's a new one.
Your mouth is biologically the most diverse area in your body. But when one thing changes at homeostasis, you can see conditions. And one of those conditions may be black hairy tongue. And in those circumstances, the filiform papilla, which are the small finger-like projections that are on your tongue, elongate, much like the hair on your head, although they're not composed of hair, and can take on color, black, which tends to get people's interest, and that will bring them into the office for an evaluation. The color stems from the bacteria that reside there. It's not dirt. Some patients or some people have fissured tongue where they have crevices that go into the tongue, and those act as really good reservoirs for bacteria and fungus. And it doesn't need to be, removed, and just improvement with oral hygiene and tongue scraping, which is not a general part of oral hygiene, but if you do develop oral black hairy tongue, then that would be integrated into your oral care regimen.
Moving outside of the tongue color spectrum, what's going on if you notice an unusual bump or sore in your mouth?
Canker sores or aphthous ulcers are fairly common, up to 25 to 30% of the population. They tend to be transient. We don't know what causes them, and most of them self-resolve on their own. And if they don't, then oral steroid rinses can alleviate the symptoms. Stress, smoking, being in an immunocompromised state are all thought to contribute to aphthous ulcers, but they're benign. They're just annoying. If an ulcer is present for 2 weeks or longer and doesn't resolve, and there isn't a reason for it to be there, then you should see your doctor about that. If people who have family members or they know someone who's had oral cancer, anything in their mouth, they come in and they can sort of sense that like there's a level of anxiety about getting it. Most people don't look in their mouths, but if you look in your mouth too much, you also make yourself neurotic. So for patients who are really anxious, I say pick one day of the week and look at your tongue in the mirror.
Okay, so outside of colors, bumps, and lumps, there's another term that's gained popularity during the pandemic called COVID tongue. Is this a real thing?
Few studies have documented COVID tongue as a possible COVID-19 symptom. Some patients have reported tongue discoloration, inflammation, or other mouth problems, but the studies are too small and it is too soon to make a conclusion. Now, if you think you're developing COVID tongue, keep in mind that it's very unlikely that you will develop it as your only COVID-19 symptom. Instead, it's more likely that you will develop the bumps or the discoloration along with more recognizable COVID-19 symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, coughing, or fever. Also, keep in mind that what it looks like COVID tongue can easily be a symptom of any other infection. And even if the bumps or the discoloration are clearly connected with COVID-19, there could be many possible reasons as well of why this is happening.
Got it. Now, the more common side effect from a COVID infection is the loss of taste and smell. What's happening here?
Loss of taste and smell has been something that many people used to report with COVID-19 symptoms onset. But now with Omicron, that doesn't seem to be reported much at all. Like everything with COVID, we continue to study these symptoms as we go. But there is a group of people that they still haven't been able to recover their taste and smell. And it isn't clear why. But know that research is ongoing to find effective treatments to help those in need.
All right. Wow. So did that video, did Hakeem and Michelle, did you guys learn a lot from that video? More than you thought? Did you know? Did you learn anything new?
Black hairy tongue.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that is a real condition. You ever seen somebody with a black tongue or a lot of black spots on their tongue?
Black tongue before.
Yeah, they used to.
That's on before.
They used to say that when your person lie a lot, they get all them black bumps on their tongue. Y'all ever heard of that?
Well, I know about the live bump. It used to
The
be a
lie
little
bump.
bump.
That's just the cake
And you
of
be
sore.
itchy a little bit, yeah.
And you get that on the little side of the tongue, and that's the cake of sore. That's common. They was like, "Oh,
But
you told a lie, you got a lie bump." Well, you just need to use the brown Listerine. That's all. Listerine.
But you know,
clean your mouth and scrape your tongue.
you know that there's a lot of bacteria and stuff with the tongue. The tongue carries a lot of stuff.
Period.
Yeah, I was taught to brush your tongue when I was little and all that. Brush your teeth. When you brush your teeth, brush your tongue. But did you know that the dog tongue got the most antibacteria in their mouth? Did y'all know that? Huh?
Yep. The healing. They said that the dog.
The dog tongue can heal your scars.
So that's
It can heal your cuts.
There's no dog. That's okay.
But they actually got the cleanest tongue.
That's okay. I still don't want nobody.
That's why they was service dogs. That's why it was dogs in the army. They lick their wound, the soldier's wound to help them heal and all that.
Wow, where's Malik Bey at? Oh, I think was he in the military? But he seemed like he might be know something about some canines and some dogs too. So to get Malik and Hakeem get that dog talk going.
Yeah, they got the best bacteria in their mouth.
Well, I know humans got a lot of bacteria in their mouth, and not can't say it's the best, it's the bad kind. Like like Candidus. That, like I said, that ain't nothing but a yeast infection, the thrash. And a lot of times, a compromised immune system, if somebody with a compromised immune system or a weakened immune system or suppressed immune system, get thrash on their tongue. Their tongue, they be like thick because that ain't nothing but, like I said, like the Candidus, you get that down in your lungs and all that stuff. like yeast infection. That stuff is true. That's real. But you keep your mouth clean, keep your teeth brushed, and your tongue clean uh, as well. You know, have a healthy mouth. Sometimes the food that we eat, our diet, tend to make our mouth look a certain way. Or feel a certain way. And did you know? I knew this when you were a child. I knew your taste buds changed. You know how they say, "Oh, my taste buds changed." Yes, they do. From when you were a kid, how everything used to taste nasty, and then you become an adult, and you was like, "Oh, that don't taste that bad." That's because when we're kids, our taste buds is super sensitive because we got half as much more than the adults do. When you grow up, we lose our taste buds. Did y'all know that?
No.
So adult palate is yes, definitely different.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Because
I think
it's
once you
certain
get
things
older.
now I would eat that I wouldn't want to eat back then. Like I ain't like spinach, but I tasted spinach up, man.
Isn't
You know?
that funny? But I only like cream of spinach. I mean, the regular spinach tastes okay, but as a kid, it was awful. It was so strong and pungent. And collard greens. I wasn't eating nobody greens back then. You know,
I eat some collard greens. I wouldn't
when
eat
you was
liver.
little.
Yeah, I eat collard greens. The only thing what I didn't like was spinach and cabbage. But I would eat some collard greens. I eat green beans. Because I used to go out with my grandmother and pick the green beans.
And
You
snap the
know.
beans, clean it. That's the whole country good living. Michelle, is there a food that you hated as a kid but will eat now?
Trying to think. What did I still don't like eating peas and carrots. I'm not a fan of, but now as an
Yeah,
adult, if they're
carrots too.
mixed in and I can't really taste it, I'll eat it. And also, I'm not a fan of, it's weird, sliced tomato on sandwiches. It grosses me out. But I'll eat
Oh,
salsa. I'll eat tomato sauce. I'll eat ketchup. Just don't put any sliced tomatoes on my sandwich, please. I think it's gross.
because well, okay, all right.
And even when I used to eat meat, I couldn't stand liver. Liver, onions, rice. Oh my goodness.
My
But
grandmother
when I
when
got older,
people
I
don't
ate
like
it.
me either. As an adult, there's only one
Oh
way.
yeah, they try to
I
against me.
remember as a kid, you know, they said you can't leave this table because my grandmother was smothered liver and onions and smothered. And I like gravy on my food. I don't like food smothered in gravy. And there's a horror story behind that, you know. But but I like to put gravy on my potatoes, but I don't like smothered. But she would always make smothered liver and onions. Now, although it smelled good, and she was frying it up, so I said, Grandma, I said, don't put mine in the gravy. Just fry my liver hard. And what I did, I masked it with ketchup and mustard, and I ate it that way. That was the only way I could down liver, but because I didn't taste the liver, I tasted more the ketchup and mustard. Because every time I would taste that liver, it would gag. And like as a kid, the taste of liverwurst, I still don't like that as an adult. But some people
Mm.
love liverwurst.
Oh, you talking about liverwurst for the sandwich?
That's nasty too.
Oh nah, man. Because of my father, I used to love that. That with some onions, cheese, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Oh my
But
goodness.
it's liver. It's still
I
liver.
know. I know.
Yeah.
I used to bag my father. That was my father's favorite sandwich. And my mom, I used to eat that junk.
It's the taste. When you're a kid, your taste buds are really sensitive, and then when we grow up, we lose half the taste buds. And then also the taste controls like what you smell and when your nose and stuff stopped up. There's an old wise tale that says starve a cold, feed a fever. This, because when you got a cold, you can't taste the food. No way. So I guess it's not hard to starve a cold and feed a fever. I hope I'm saying that right. Was that? Didn't you hear that? Starve a cold,
Yeah,
feed a
Exactly.
that's the
fever.
same.
Okay, I
You
thought
did
I make
well.
sure I was saying it backwards. But because when we get blocked up in mucus, get and our olfactory senses all up there, and our taste buds is on the back of our tongue and on our tongue and go up there. Hey, Malik, man. Oh, my gosh. I just talked about you. Hey, Fabian. How you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And Molly talking about licking stuff. He said, wash your mouth. So,
Nah, it ain't no CeeLo Green.
the,
Ain't no damn CeeLo.
what Molly say?
No,
Molly call
Malik.
you, Malik.
Yeah, that was Malik.
Malik.
So y'all still like glizzies though? Hamburgers.
No
I
glizzies
like
for
all
me.
the soul food. I don't know. I used to wonder that though, because I was wondering that years ago before I was vegan. I was like, well, I don't like McDonald's like I used to when I was little. When I was
They
little,
changed
I
the recipe.
love McDonald's, you know, so it's like that's the opposite. It's like I eat it less. I should be eating it more because I got less taste buds. When I was young, I loved it when I
Good
had
morning,
Latin
Kim.
taste buds. So it jive weird, but I just think that it depends on the cook. You ever had somebody be like, damn, that macaroni and cheese good? No, that shit was nasty. You know, so it's like it still depends on the cook. It ain't got really much to do, I think, with taste buds because
No,
I can
your
never
taste
find a
buds.
study on how they determine your taste buds. Like, how do they count how many taste buds is in a person's mouth? And it's always they can't determine. It's just off assumption. They just think that when you get a certain age, that these things tend to happen. That's period. That's like you can't walk and run around like you used to when you was young. Your legs ain't the same. Your arms ain't the same. So I assume your taste buds gonna not be the same as well. Your vision, everything gets better as you get older. But I think taste buds got a lot to do with the chef and the cooks and the food. Back in the day, your grandmother, they're marinated overnight, they're seasoning, and that's why their food tasted a lot better. And now in the day, they like, why real food don't taste like grandma? Because grandma took her time. She seasoned. It took 2 days to actually cook dinner for Thanksgiving. But now they cook it in like 2 hours, everything done, microwavable, so it ain't gonna taste the same. I don't think got anything to do with taste buds because I'm old. I still like the same things I like when I was young, and I still hate the same things I hated when I was young. I hated bananas then, hate it now. Hated tomatoes then, hate it now. So it's like nothing ever changed for me, but I don't eat meat. But I don't think, I can stand things now that I got low taste buds because I'm getting older. I think mine's still the same right now. I might change it as I get older.
It change after 40, Molly.
Yeah, I still got about
after 40.
6 more years.
You ain't nowhere near 40 yet. So when you 40, we're gonna revisit the conversation. Like, do things still taste the same, Molly?
I'm gonna tell you, I don't walk the same. That's the thing. That's not really studied. That's just common sense. Like you ain't gonna run the same as you did when you was a kid. Can you run to the store and back without stopping at your age? No, you can run around all day when you was a kid. You can eat whatever you want when you was a kid. You eat candy, junk food, whatever. Them things are killers and make us sick as you get older. So I just think like the taste buds, it's okay what they saying, but I just think that's when any part of your body, mostly your hearing ain't gonna be as good as you get older. Like a lot of things, you're gonna be more fragile. When you fall, it ain't gonna be like when you fell when you was 12. You might break something now when you fall. You might just not even fall. You just walking and something might pop. So it just like everything get weaker as you get older. So them taste buds that I don't know. I don't know.
That's when they say it diminishes after 40. And they do that because they did search, because you forget. They always counting the tongue, the taste buds, children. About when we die, that's what they look at. That's what they do all tests while we living. And while we live. That's like the doctor come and say, open your mouth, and they looking at your tongue. I never knew why the doctor's looking at your tongue, because your tongue is a precursor of your immune health, of how strong your immune system is, or if it's compromised a bit.
Yeah,
because your tongue gonna look different. If you dehydrate, they can look at your tongue, tell you dehydrate. Hell, you can smell a person's breath and know there's something is spewing in there.
Is you a doctor? Do it take for you to be a doctor to notice that?
I'm a hood doctor. I did study. I got orders.
Now I'm saying you ain't gotta be a doctor to know what's common sense. Nigga, you don't brush your teeth. Nigga, brush your mouth. Tongue white, you know you dehydrated. You ever been so dehydrated you can't spit? You be trying to spit, you can't even spit. You need a doctor to let you know that Slim, your tongue white and you can't speak because you need to drink water. You already know that. It's just something.
But a lot of people don't, Marley. You got a lot of good common sense. Sometimes sense ain't common in some people.
And
But a
that's
lot
what's
of people
scary.
really don't know.
That's what's scary, because now there's somebody tongue white and they don't know they need to drink water. They can get somebody to tell them this what you need to do when this happen. It could be the total wrong thing. It could be something that you don't even need. You need to take alcohol and do this and rub it against your
Alcohol
teeth.
ain't good for the tongue, and
I
alcohol.
know, but they can tell you that. That's what I'm saying. If you depend on somebody to tell you what's common sense, they can always trick you. They can always say this is good, baddie. This was going, and then later on, we always find out, oh, this shit was killing us the whole time. So I just be careful. But you're right about your tongue can tell you a lot what's going on with the baddie, at the end of the day. But we still should know those things. We shouldn't have to wait to a doctor. That's why it's good you sharing this. So people, you look in the mirror, you ain't got to run to the doctor. You already know what you need to do. Get that water in you.
Where did Michelle go?
I don't know. I'm trying to see if she got kicked. Jamal Donnell ain't said good day, people. Malik said McDonald's burgers is dead, people. And they got footage talking about that. Marley.
Yeah, that's true.
Have to
McDonald's burger ain't
drink.
McDonald's burger no more. They fast copying. They doing stuff with the food. So it's not only the kids' taste buds change, the adults' taste buds. Everybody's taste buds are changing because they changing the damn recipe. And as far as taste buds, when you a kid, you like what you like. Everybody tastes things differently. Like me and Molly can eat the same thing, and he may say, "Oh, it's good," and I may say, "No, it's nasty."
Yeah.
Hakeem may be like, "Yeah, it's okay." So it depends on what we like. Because I know some people that claim they can cook macaroni and cheese. You go over their house and they tearing it up, and you eat it. You be like, "Oh, this shit. Here's some box macaroni." Well, I guess because they don't know no better.
Got low taste buds. They can eat anything.
You don't know no better. That Kraft macaroni and cheese in the box is not gonna make you the bomb macaroni and cheese.
It's what you accustomed to. That's why I said it. I don't think you think one kid got more taste buds than the other. Like, nah, I just don't like it. I don't like it. It ain't got nothing to do with my taste buds.
That goes back to Mikey. Let Mikey try it. Mikey try. Oh, he likes it. He likes it. Then everybody eat it, huh?
Yeah.
But did y'all know that it was different parts of the tongues like that about the muscles in the tongue? They claim that it's the strongest, one of the strongest, but it's not. But your jaw muscle is the strongest muscle in the body. That jawbone, you can lock down on that pressure. That's a bad muscle. That's a bad muscle. Because I know with my jawbones, I used to be able to crack nuts and everything. Take this muscle, this nut called Brazil nut. Back in the day, they called nigger toes. And I remember I used to sit there and crack a nigger toe. That's a hard nut.
Nah, not the joints you had to get the nut cracker with. You had to crack them with the little.
But I could crack it with my teeth. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm shocked you got teeth. I'm shocked you got teeth. I tried that and I was almost lost all of them because I was impatient to get the nut cracker. My grandma was like, "Boy, you don't go get that cracker." And Risa, you was cracking them things with your teeth, shawty. You not human. You something. Yeah, you got a different.
You put that Brazil nut in there, crack. I used to be able to open bottle tops with my teeth, like the beer cans. I go flick up, and they used to say, "Girl, you ain't gonna have no teeth in your mouth." They used to say I was weird anyway, but I was impatient too, Molly. I'm like, Granddaddy, because everybody was in line waiting for Granddaddy to crack the nuts. I'd be like, forget that, Granddaddy. Crack. And they be like, Reese, what you eating? I be like, I cracked my nuts.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I was greedy. They said that's why your jaws is so strong because you greedy, Reese.
I had an uncle that cracked them with his hand, dog. Uncle used to squeeze it and just hand it to him. I was like, man, that's a strong
my hand with a walnut. And that's just because they big. That was the only thing. And pecans, I could crack it a little bit. But no other than that, almonds, hazelnuts, everything went in my mouth like this. Crack.
I got a question for y'all then. Because y'all know, like, hamburgers come from cows. There's only a certain amount of cows that they actually slaughter and supply to all of these restaurants. the number actually is online where you can find out every year at the time how many cows been slaughtered. So they can tell you each cow how many burgers you can get out of a cow. Out of all the cows that they slaughtered, it ain't even enough for them just to supply the restaurants in Texas alone. So how the hell all these McDonald's got burgers? Not only I'm just talking McDonald's. It ain't enough cows being slaughtered to supply McDonald's burgers. So how do Wendy's got burgers? All these other fast food restaurants, how's everybody selling burgers? What type of meat is this? What meat is we eat?
You eat chemicals, that pink slime. They put substitute in, in there.
It's human meat. It's human meat.
Said McDonald's got
it's human meat.
They can cut up a raccoon and smash it into a burger.
Oh, McDonald's got human meat. What do you think? Come on. That's one reason why I stopped eating meat. And it was because I knew they was doing stuff to the meat. So the only way I would eat meat again, if I got my own farm and they being raised.
And that's what
because I know what they're doing to the meat. You know, they McDonald's has been caught, and their food has been tested, and it's human meat.
But what's chicken? Is that human meat too? They chickens?
No, see, chicken is different. I'm gonna tell you why chicken is different. Because when you get dealing with that red meat, they put everything together. They can process it together. You know, I'm not saying they can't do chicken like that, but chicken their bones is so close to the meat, so it's identifiable. But when it comes to steak and all the meat that is being cut, is over meat over lead. That's how they mix it up. Ground beef. When you get ground beef, you think you getting good quality meat. That's why they tell you if you get if you getting bison meat, whatever the type, and they name them all these different type of meat, lean, 80%, 40%. The reason is that because they can mash anything together when it comes to that beef, that red meat. They can blend other meats towards it. So when you're getting ground beef, you know what's in the ground beef? Everything, the hoof, all that stuff is ground up. Other parts of meats of other animals, all that stuff. So that's why I don't eat it.
Yeah, all
that. And some of that meat got touches of human meats.
A lot of people think that's the animal blood. When they see it red, they put chemicals
to
turn the meat red to make it look that color.
They shoot chemicals on it to keep it red looking. Huh?
Yes, they do. I was reading. I saw you drinking water. I said, Kimberly said water is the key to life. Yeah. Water is the key.
This is my concoction.
Yeah, I drink water.
Water cup. What's
yeah. Now I got water.
You got water in it?
Yeah, I keep spring water. I keep
fruit water is better than any water though.
That's true.
Supposed to be drinking straight out of coconuts, and that's why it's called a watermelon, because that's where we used to get our water from. That's the best water to get. You don't want H2O. You know, they turn it to H2O. It's a lot they do, man, but we'll get into it more. I don't think Michelle coming back.
The tongue.
Yeah, you're talking about the tongue.
You're talking about the tongue. And do you guys know why it's important for the tongue? A tongue do a lot of things other than hit the roof of your mouth. It helps us with our speech. It helps us digest our food because the tongue gets the salivate so we can break down the food. And the little grips on the tongue, the papilla, it helps us to grab the food and it pushes it down our throat. So it makes it possible that we can swallow down the throat. I also got a little clip of this lady who lost her tongue. Marley, can we show that little clip and how hard she lost to cancer, y'all? They had to remove a lot of her tongue. Listen to this.
For Cynthia Zamora, simply being able to talk is nothing short of miraculous. 3 years ago, doctors found a tumor that covered more than half her tongue.
And it's like someone punched me in the stomach with it.
Surgeons had to remove most of Cynthia's tongue and then use tissue from her thigh to rebuild a new one.
I probably have an eighth of the tongue, and that's a very small amount.
The surgery left Cynthia unable to walk, eat, or talk. She couldn't utter a word for 3 whole months. On top of that, she also had chemo and radiation, and then the long road to recovery.
You have to want to be able to communicate. I wanted that more than anything.
Grab your tongue with your teeth and try to talk without a tongue. It's one of those parts of our body that is extraordinarily complex, and yet we completely take it for granted.
Speech language pathologist Lisa Blumenfeld helped Cynthia learn to talk, eat, drink, and swallow. She persistently practices slowing her speech, exaggerating sounds, and compensating with her lips and vocal cords. Her results have impressed everyone.
That's incredibly gratifying to see how well she's done. She's done a lot of hard work.
And she plans to keep fighting.
Don't give up. Keep going. Be strong. Be stubborn. You can do it. You can.
I'm Marty Salt reporting.
Wow. So, I mean, one thing's for sure, cancer, you can get cancer all over your body. Nothing is obsolete when it comes to that cancer. That's a wicked disease to have. But see how important the mouth is. Ooh, I mean, we take our tongue for granted. We do, because we don't think about our tongue. You know, do y'all think about your tongue in that way? But remember when we was kids, they say you hold your tongue and try to talk. We all tried that when we was kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't.
I always do it. I always can do it. That's weird.
You can talk holding your tongue.
I talk a lot like that. But you ever see them people talk from like the little teddy bears and Muppets and shit? Like it's like they're not really moving their mouth.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah, I think that came from.
You mean like this? Like you can talk without moving your lips?
Like bite your tongue. Just bite your tongue. Put your tongue in between your teeth and bite it.
Like
and then talk. No, hold down on it and talk. Yeah, you can't do it.
How do you fucking do this? I can't use it.
Yeah, that's too.
I can't do it.
Try it. If you don't know.
You want to see that tongue. Show that tongue. Show that tongue.
Oh, no, man, don't just do it.
That's being tongue-tied.
Oh,
hey,
man.
What y'all doing?
Look, Reese can do it.
I can do it. Oh, shucks.
But it's still, that suck if you had to do that all day. Like, that wouldn't be right.
Some people, like Just, he was tongue-tied like that. Nobody could understand what he was saying. All I could understand is read. And then he'd be like, the way he communicated. Just was like that for a long time. They said he had a thick tongue. That's what they said. And then my grandmother said, oh, he just lazy. He ain't moving his tongue. So I don't know if it's a thick tongue, a lazy tongue, tired tongue. Is it tied or tired?
Yeah,
I don't know.
But yeah, she probably talked with her tongue. So it's probably even hard for her to use her tongue.
The rapper Just.
I know Just. I was talking about the lady, though. It's probably even harder for her if she used to talk with her tongue.
Yeah.
Like, I can conversate with y'all like this all day. You know, all day. That's weird. We used to do that when we was little, though. That shit crazy. Then we got older. He's like, that's some gay shit. So we stopped that. You know, the older brothers and then be like, boy, what you doing with your tongue? Man, don't be doing that. Boy, keep your tongue in your mouth. You know, all right. Then you learn, you know. But, yeah, that's weird. That's weird, man.
But you take it for granted. And then the fact of the matter that it helps push food down your tongue, your throat. Your tongue goes all the way to back here in your mouth. You know, I've seen it. It's bigger than what we think it is. Like, we just think it's this little thing. It's way bigger than that. And I was like, oh wow, we just seeing the tip of it. It comes out, but it comes back here, and it helps us bring our food up. It moistens it. Turn it into a bolus. That's a ball of chew food. And then we'll be able to get it down in our esophagus. So, a tongue is important.
Very important.
Very important.
Tongue is very important. The tongue can tickle your fancy. For all of those that fellatio people.
There we go. Here we go.
There you go.
There you go. Your fancy. So the tongue, you know. But I say people use the brown Listerine, you know, because that'll help clean your tongue and brush. This is a flat object. They got a tongue cleaner that looks like got a little line across. It look like a cheese grater. Y'all ever see that?
Yeah, it's a tongue scraper.
They got all these little dots on it, and you scrape your tongue with it.
It's a tongue scraper.
Yeah, because I used to often wonder, because it never be on the scraper. So even now as an adult, do you scrape your tongue and see anything?
I just brush my teeth. I just use my toothbrush.
Yeah, your brush got a tongue brush on the back of it. Most of them got the brush on the back. Yeah,
they don't even know what it's for, Marley. That thing on the back of the toothbrush. They just think they got a fancy toothbrush. Tell them, Marley, how to use the tongue brush.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I was an adult though. I had a tongue little brush that you just scrape. And the whole time I had one on the back of my toothbrush, and I seen my cousin, one of my girl cousins, Apples, and she was like brushing her tongue with the back of it. I was like, why would you do? Won't you just? She's like, this what these for? I was like, what? And she younger than me. I was like, I never knew that, you know. But since then, I was like, shit, thank you. I ain't gotta keep looking for my tongue brush all the time, and I can trash.
On the back, that's what you. That's how come I used to gag myself when you brushing your tongue, and you and as you get stronger and better with it, that's how you know.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. I don't know about no gagging and all that.
You never gag.
I ain't with all that. I don't know you talking about, man. Hey, some people probably miss it. Reese, this is a recap from last Monday. Well, this Monday just passed, which is gonna be each and every Monday. Hope we can get Reese back out there. Reese killed it, man. They was loving you out there. I only put small clips though from each part. You know, y'all did, man. Y'all probably did about 45-minute sets, 30-minute sets. Y'all real professionals, man. Y'all can really. I ain't know y'all can do stand up that long whole time. Y'all can go.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can go.
It was beautiful.
Y'all gotta check it out. For those who miss it, here go a little recap. Karaoke and comedy. Hakeem with the lines then collected.
Shit you don't need. They got shit you don't need. I get off the bus, niggas talking about, you need a motorcycle helmet. Nigga, what the fuck? I just got off the bus. I'm trying to buy a motorcycle helmet.
F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. Don't it on your radio.
You ain't no 150, 145. I said I can. You add it together. I can put those together where I want. You add it together 145 and 150. You take them out. I ain't gonna go my way. I'm happy.
Stand beside me. Let me try to use the bathroom. He said, you going to jail. I said, what? He said, a grown man holding a boy's dick.
Yeah, he messed me up with that one.
That was funny, grown man holding a little boy's thing.
It's too late,
life a lot easier now. I can just cry myself to sleep with my vibrator.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
That's
the rest
what
of
I'm
the
talking
group?
about.
Bad they didn't see. Look,
Yeah.
Louisa, Michelle. Too bad the rest of the people didn't see it. Oh, Michelle's back.
Yeah, my laptop
she
just had
bought
an update.
it.
Commercial.
Man, I loved it, man.
I like
It was great.
Molly got skills. You know.
Do it.
I just grabbed some quick parts from y'all set though. You know, them joints was long. I think Michelle probably had the shortest set. That was cool, but all y'all was. I was like, God dang! I was like, what part could I get for 30 seconds? I don't need 30 seconds, but I had to watch 12 minutes of this, 15 minutes. Like, cool, but it's cool. It was nice though. Nice vibe, good energy, man. Keep it up, King. You know, we there to support you. Hopefully, y'all can make it. You know, one of these next Mondays coming up, and we're gonna really do it on another level. I'm had 2 different angles set up. You know, it was cool.
And you might as well come on out, y'all, too, because this is it. This is what we're gonna base everything out of. We ready to fly. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. And if you try to get your material, do your material, there it is.
There it
is. It's up to y'all.
There it is.
That's the platform that I've been trying to set for y'all. So I love it. I'm getting so funny. I might stand up, get up there, man.
Yeah.
Make y'all laugh.
Mike, that's what it's about.
Get up there, King.
Yeah, I give some knock knock. Who's there?
I don't know if that's gonna work. You know, everybody can be to finish that. You might need to bring that back. That'd be funny.
If I could deliver it right.
Yeah, delivery. I want to do some short skits and stuff, man. That's what I really want to get into, you know, and then record their performances. So you never know. One of y'all performers might just be on fire that night, and we actually record it right and upload it on Ali, Ali Hoop TV, Apple TV, and stuff. That's why I be worried about people going live sometimes. Like, it's cool to go live, but y'all got good material, and then you be mad you hear Keisha down the street saying the same lines, and she went viral because they done did it, a different way. But I respected the one guy that asked me not to record his set. It costs money. I understand, because it can. So I didn't record him. That's why he's not on the cutback, But if something happened and blow up, though, yeah, he gotta let me know. Because once you say don't record you, I would never record you. Every time I see that dude, I want to record him. So
right.
I'll be looking for no footage out there. Everybody else, right. I got footage for Reese and Michelle, so I'm still got y'all whole set. I just put that in there.
And that's why certain material I won't bring out to an open mic. Like I was telling somebody yesterday, I said I tell stories. I got a whole bunch of stories that I said. They was like, well, I never heard you telling these stories. I'm like, I know. I'm not telling my stories for open mic. But if you come to a paid show, you may hear a story or two.
Yeah, you are a good storyteller. I'm on chapter 2 in your book.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you. Okay. And
I can tell how the book reads. You're a good storyteller.
You got a book?
Yeah, this is the book right here.
Well, I can't get a book. Oh, she signed it? What it say?
There you go with that again. There you go with that again. Hey, King Marty, I gotta watch you, man. I gotta watch you, cuz. Hey, man, you always sneaking the tags in, man.
Michelle tired over there, man.
I know, I'm sorry.
Nah, we about the end of the show. Reese was telling us about how she used to gag on the toothbrush, and now she
She a professional. She don't gag no more.
Toothbrushing.
Not so much.
I think we all professional at brushing our teeth at this age.
And you used to go. It used to make you gag. I used to literally get sick, but I don't. I can, hold back there now. I don't gag.
She said she a professional now. I don't know why she telling everybody on air she a professional. I don't know why.
I don't gag no more. You know how to say gag me with a spoon. You can't gag me with a spoon no more. And because every time the doctor would take the tongue depressor and put it on the back of my throat, I go, ugh. And he was like, calm down, calm down. He couldn't really look at mine. Now, but like this.
The doctor got it right. That's
so
why she like
in
going
other
to that
words,
guy.
so in other words, y'all practicing with the doctor when y'all get your tongue checked.
Yeah.
No, y'all making everything.
Yes, he is.
I'm talking about the gag. You know, when you kids, the doctor always
How
choke
we
every
teach
child.
The kids now.
Sound like practice to me.
Exactly.
He wanna
You
look at
had
your
the
toes
gag
in the back of
reflex.
your
As an
mouth.
adult, you have none.
Sound like right. Sound like preparation to me.
Can you brush your tongue without gagging?
Who?
You.
They can.
I don't do no damn gagging. What the hell you
Stop
talking about?
answering that, man. Michelle got you on the show too.
Michelle got me on that show, man. Oh.
I was about to put that in the ad. I said I can't do King like that.
I'm glad you could, bro. I appreciate that.
I said no.
I was on the site and everything. Hell nah, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was fun. He talking some no.
Because you're a professional.
He went to Reese Doctor, man.
Oh man, that was funny.
Hey, that was too funny, yeah.
That was funny.
He answered quick too. I said, oh.
Yeah, like I had the number
You
one
all
answer.
proud and loud. I don't be choking on nothing.
I hit that drum on Family Feud.
I ain't doing nothing. But
I hit that drum, bing, nothing.
Say you in a room with 100 dicks. How many of them you choking on?
None. I ain't choking.
None.
Show got him.
And look, man, when I hear this shit, it's like, man, that was just obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That was like the big red apple joke when we was young.
What's the big red apple joke?
You ask the dude like, do you suck dick? And they be like, no. Like, would you suck this dick for a big red apple? They be like, no. What you sucking for? Nothing. Like, oh, all right.
Sucking for free? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, sucking
Okay,
for
I
nothing.
remember
Like,
that.
oh, you sucking for nothing, huh? That's crazy, man. Friday ain't even here yet, man. We be back tomorrow, same time as always, 10:30, 11:30 with your girl, AM Morning, Reese Reed. Go ahead and make sure y'all get the book.
And I hope they learn something about their tongue. Use it in the right way, respectively.
Oh, respectfully, huh?
Respectfully. Oh man, we out.
Read the instructions on the side.
On the side of the tongue, can you touch your nose with your tongue? I can't.
No, Reese, I can't check my nose with my tongue. I cannot do that.
Some people can.
My tongue don't come out my mouth that long. No, it don't.
Okay, Kane, I'm about to say, go ahead, Kane, get him, Kane.
Look at him. Don't get him.
No, but I see y'all in the background, man. We catch y'all tomorrow. We out.
All right. Peace and love.